Do you think more women make friends in tango first than men?
Ooh, I'm gonna say something controversial.
What? Because I feel like men, we're in there like solo. We're in like Rambo. We're just like,
Yeah.
you start out, you're by yourself most
No,
of the time. It's just you on an island, and you got to get off that island by yourself.
Yeah, you know what? So, okay, ladies, this is just my perspective. What's your advice? What is your advice for making friends in tango? Because that's kind of the thing is, we want to make friends. We want to have lasting friendships. Because a lot of times, yeah, like it's a place where we can get away, we can escape, and we can escape and meet people who are like-minded. So, what is your tip for people to make friends?
All right, we are back, and we're going to talk about a topic we haven't touched upon, and it is the topic of friends in tango. And for those of you who dance tango, and for those of you who've danced tango for a while, you know that obviously there's tango friends and non-tango friends. We're not going to focus on the non-tango friends because that's kind of a given. We're going to focus on mainly the tango friends you make on your journey and on your path in this pretty difficult dance we call tango. And I don't know, myself and Rob, we have had many iterations of our friendship. And I think that it's a really interesting insight, not just on our friendship, but just on how people make friends and how people kind of fall align depending on their goals, and how they kind of fall out of alignment depending on their goals in tango. And so I think our friendship has, endured a lot. I mean, we kind of started off as just kind of regular social dancers, volunteers, almost, and then kind of went on the competitive track, and then became roommates, and then obviously doing the podcast, and like having our own teaching stuff. You being an organizer, I was teaching and DJing for your events, and so we've had many iterations at this point.
Yeah, and I think that's what. Because we always had some kind of shared goal and a shared project. And that's what I think, that's one of those things that really brought us together really close to the most of other, some of my other tango friends where, I would say a lot of my other tango friends, they're really more associates because I see them in the milonga, we say hi, we get along, but it's not like we have a shared project, we have a shared goal or anything. It's just hey, he's a cool guy, and that's it. And it kind of just, that thought just kind of goes off in the ether. And that's about as far as it goes.
Just kind of like you know them by association.
Yeah.
There's no other deeper kind of connection. You just, because you share this environment of the milonga or the practica.
Yeah.
You know each other's name.
Pretty much.
Interesting. But I mean, some would argue, right, that so say for example you're on a film set.
Yeah.
In that duration of you shooting the film, you become really close with other actors.
I agree.
And so those friendships are very, because of the proximity and because of the time you spend with each other, actually does mean something.
It does.
But then once the film ends, you kind of, obviously go separate ways.
But I think that's different. In a film set, you have a shared goal. You want to produce the best film possible and you're on the same project.
Yeah, we want to become better tango dancers.
Yes. Well, but you see, when we become tango dancers, we're all in different milestones. We're not necessarily on the same path. Some people want to be competitors. Some people are 5 years in and they want to be better tango dancers. Some people are just brand new. Some people want to be mentors. It's so the milonga scape or the tango community landscape that I see is closer to the workplace. You go to work every day. You interact with all these people, but everyone's at a different point of their career.
Yeah.
So and you might have that holiday party where everyone gets together, but are you really friends?
Because no one really prepares you for this. We're kind of products of the school system, which kind of bashes us into groups of people who are of the same age, who go to the same school, and so we kind of get in that batch until pretty much you leave college.
Yeah.
Because you're always around people that are around your same age group.
But the whole thing is but we all have the same milestones. I mean, graduating 6th grade, graduating, getting ready for prom, the homecoming game. Like we had those milestones that kept us together.
Yeah.
But when you start going to college, where like then you have the super senior, the guy who's been there for like 8 years. You have like the super talented person who probably got into college when they were 16, and like they're going to be out there like by the time they're 20.
And so what are you saying? Are you saying that tango is like the workplace, that we don't actually, since we're all on different timelines, none of us have real friends in tango?
I'm going to say that like I have friends in the workplace that we actually go out and do stuff, but most of the people in the workplace, we're associates. And I feel like that's the same way in tango, where we get along. I might be really good friends with like 2 or 3 people, but the rest of them, like I might join the group clique for a little bit, but it's very momentary, and that's it. It's like we just go home, we go our separate ways, and we're not having lunch together. That's it. And for me, like it's like I don't get that shared goal camaraderie with the whole community like I did when I was a competitor. Like, 'cause all the competitors got together, we're like rooting each other on. The closest thing I got to that post competition is the team, and like the team, like we're really close.
Yeah.
But outside of that, and sometimes we're at each other's throats too. But but outside of that, like I could name off people that I totally adore, right? In the social scene, but it's not like we're hanging out all the time. It's not like we have a shared goal. It's not like we're all working towards something. And that's one of the things where I think that's one of the genius of Oxygen, where like you have the graduation cohort thing, because then that's like now you have your shared goal to get ready for the graduation.
But isn't time spent just time spent? Because there's some people that in our dancing community that I've seen more of them than my own family members.
Yeah, but just because.
So I mean, I've spent more duration of time. So doesn't that mean something?
No.
Right. Even though I don't know the fine details, like I don't know their upbringing, I don't know how much is that important? So like really, bonding with someone.
I would say the time is not important. It's the shared goal, because I think in the family, it's like okay, it's like you have the unspoken. I mean, I don't know about your family, but with my family, you have the unspoken rule of like of the prestige of the family, the reputation of the family. So like generally we have that shared goal of like legacy of the family. So even if I don't spend a lot of time with my mom, my dad, or like my brother or sister, there is just like that unspoken rule of like there's the legacy of the family. Where with friends, I don't have that legacy, like the idea of legacy.
But don't you want to see the community grow bigger? Don't you want to see more people dance tango? Don't you want to get better at tango so then you can represent when you, I don't know, travel?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, but that's my own personal goal.
I think that's most people's goal.
Well, but we're not on a shared project.
True.
So I have that with.
But in a sense, we are, because we're supporting a milonga that is actually a project to expand tango in the community that we live in.
Yeah. Okay. So there are a few people who do that, like the volunteers, the organizers, right?
But even so, the people that just regularly are supporting the event that keeps it in existence.
Well, okay.
If people stop going to the milonga doesn't exist anymore. We have no more tango in LA.
Okay, but do you go to restaurants just to support the restaurants? Are you best friends with the restaurant owners?
I mean, there are, I know their faces in some
but
cases.
But do you hang out with them?
No. But I am supporting their business.
Yeah. But just because you're supporting the business doesn't mean you have a shared goal. Like the shared goal might be, it's kind of lofty, it's kind of big, where it's like, oh, I want to, like your goal might be, I want to grow the community.
My goal is I want to get more people to dance too.
Yeah, you grow the community, right?
Yeah.
The organizer's goal might be, I want to make money. Might not necessarily be. They could do that by growing the community, or they could do that by jacking up the price. It's not necessarily your goals might not necessarily align.
Yeah.
Their goal might just be, I want to have the best milonga, whether it grows the community or not.
Yeah.
Or I want to have the best dancers. I don't care about it. I just want my reputation to be up there.
I see.
So,
I see.
Unless you sit down with these people and have this conversation and say, as a group, we're gonna have a shared goal. I don't see that. I don't see it as a shared goal. It's like you're making an assumption.
And do you think that's why a lot of people quit tango?
I think a lot of people quit. Well, I think not getting what they want is, I think, why a lot of people quit tango. I mean, some people might have friends,
Yeah.
but they don't get any dances. And like what they really want is to feel good and get a lot of dances. But they might not have that. I mean, like I've heard stories of a whole bunch of guys, they're friends, right? They're sitting in the corner and like they're a cohort of like newbies, right? And they're just like, and it's like World War One, where like someone blows the whistle, like, good luck, man. Hope you make it to the other side.
Band of brothers.
Yeah. But sooner some guy will just go, you know what? I'm tapping out. I appreciate you guys, but I'm not happy. And people tap out, and it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, we get the journey is hard for just both men and women, right? For women that sit out long durations of time, that's very difficult. Yeah. And for men, the beginning uphill battle is it's seemingly forever in the beginning.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, friends can be there to support you, right, and help you along. But at the end of the day, if you're just totally miserable, it's kind of like, I get misery loves company, but how much longer am I going to do this?
Yeah.
Until I see things turn around. And we're fortunate that we've seen things turn around for us, but not everyone's that fortunate. And that's it.
For me, I appreciate tango because it's one of the last few spaces left where you're really not on your phone.
Yeah.
You're really detoxing from your phone when you're at a milonga. I put my phone away. When I get there, I have my phone. I put it away, and I never use my phone again because I'm dancing, and then come back. Oh,
yeah,
that's it.
Well,
it's like literally the only time now that I think about it where I go hours without even looking at a phone.
Well, I would say you do that. I still see a lot of people on their phones.
Really?
I see a lot. Well, hey, if you want to avoid a cabeceo, getting on your phone is one easy way to do it.
I mean, I see people getting on their phone maybe because they want to record, like, some dancing and stuff like that.
But but I mean,
I don't see people doom scrolling, like sitting there,
maybe,
looking at reels.
maybe it was like it's the time they don't like okay, I got 15 minutes to burn, But I don't. I think people who decide to get off their phones are going to decide to get off their phones, and there are people who don't decide to get off their phones. It's just everyone has a different choice.
But I think that's important when we're talking, because we're talking about friendship, sure, but we're also talking about human interaction.
Yeah.
And I think that human interaction is very needed in terms of like not using your phone. I mean, I teach university classes. My students, it's like they're drug addicts. They just have to look at their phone every 5 seconds. It's just. And so any place where there's a prolonged duration of time where you're not checking social media, or not scrolling, doing anything on your phone, I think it's a serviceable thing.
Definitely is a great thing. You know what I'm worried about?
What?
When everyone starts getting like the VR glasses, and then it's like while they're dancing, you know what? Like I might be that person. I don't know. But
those glasses didn't pan out, man.
Yeah, but
I think they came out 10 years ago. I remember Guillaume was like one of the first people to use it at Oxygen.
Yeah.
It's been 13 years later. I don't see anybody dancing with
your
meta glasses.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Plus, it's kind of hard to dance with glasses. I don't know how you do it, but I think it just gets in the way, especially for a close embrace.
Well, if you notice, my close embrace is very different from other people's close embrace.
What?
Because I don't go cheek to cheek a lot.
Oh.
Because I do close embrace, our chests are touching, but I don't go cheek to cheek. Because if I go cheek to cheek, I turn my head, someone's getting something in their eye, and it's my glasses. Or I take off my glasses and I drive blind and I put my glasses in my pocket. But a lot of people, thankfully, a lot of people are their head is above my glasses line. So yeah, I'm fine there.
You think in order to make these friendships at milongas and in tango in general, do you think like scheduling out of tango events helps? Like there's like so many tango people that I hang out with outside of milonga.
Yeah.
And like when you go to a marathon or festival, one of the valuable things about going to a place, of course, it's great to find new dancers, look at new cities. But to me, it's like sharing meals with people
Definitely.
is really like the highlight of a lot of times about those events.
Definitely, and I think people don't value that time as much as they should. And what I mean is that like they don't make themselves available for that because like they're so, they pack their schedule so tight. It's like
Oh yeah,
this
dance
belonga, that
and I
belonga.
gotta rest and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna go home, shower and
Yeah.
then change and then come back dance and then
I mean, and granted, it's like we're guys where we can just rinse off and
minutes,
like
5 minute
you know
shower.
shake it off and put on a little cologne and we're all good. I mean, I get that or like because some people, but the other difference is that we spend our time having dinner and we're like, yeah, we'll get there at 11 p.m. not a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're that person who's like, I gotta get there at the start and we're gonna go to the
Start
very
till
end.
finish.
Yeah, and then when you really think about it, your rest time is what, 1 hour between events, 1 hour, 2 hours between events.
Yeah.
Where do you factor in your time to like eat and actually socialize and So that's what I mean when people have a tight schedule.
Yeah.
Like they're not doing what we're doing when they're not allowing themselves to have friends because their objective is
Dance.
yeah is
dance.
hours is hours in quantity
Yeah.
and not necessarily let's make some friends.
I see.
But that's the other thing too is that not even just at festivals, but even at like local milongas, especially the afternoon milongas. Afternoon milongas are probably the best time to make friends. And what I mean is, right afterwards, people might want to eat.
Yeah. It's true.
And if you like, I gotta go, like if you've made up if your schedule is so tight that you can't sacrifice a few hours to like have dinner with people, it's really gonna be hard to make tango friends. That's just
Yeah, I found that that's the beautiful thing about the afternoon milonga, especially here in LA. We've had in the recent maybe year and a half or so, the Saturday afternoon milongas have just been I feel like it's been one of the best things that happened to LA. Just because people are more fresh, people are more alert. There's a more casual, kind of comfortable vibe at afternoon milongas, and then like Rob said, it's like, yeah, afterwards let's go eat. Because regular milongas, people already eat, and then they get there, and people don't want to eat late. It's too late, and things are closed.
Yeah, I mean it's not like BA where we're like we're dancing at 6 in the morning and let's go have breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done like a all-nighter and gone out for breakfast.
All-nighters do not exist.
The Crave, remember the Crave? That was great.
Crave
man.
Cafe.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's another big thing. And then also remember we also had back when we were starting, we had people open up their homes for the milongas. So it's always like, it's very different when in that home environment, because then it's like I feel like in the home environment also there's also a lot of free events. Mm-hmm. There wasn't so much pressure to like get your money's worth. So you could actually then it's like, oh hey, let's just chill and hang out, and it's okay not to dance. There's dancing in the background. We're socializing. We're making friends, and there isn't this pressure of like, oh, I spent $25. I gotta get at least 4 tandas.
Okay, so say you are starting your tango life over. You don't know what tango is. You're starting today, but you kind of you know exactly. You have your same knowledge. What would you do differently in your first year? How would you approach it, knowing what you know now?
I join a team.
You would join a team?
I join a team straight
Really?
off. Straight off. Join a team because you know what? Like, it does 2 things. Okay, first as a guy, it does 2 things. 1, sets you with a partner right away. 2, we all have a shared goal. 3, we hang out a lot afterwards too. Yeah.
I get all that, but I'm trying to go down memory lane here and trying to think how many of those guys that start there actually become social dancers and stick around. To me, I can't think of too many that gone that path. Usually, it's the people that are already established social dancers that then join those teams later on.
Yeah, but also think that because of having a signed partner already, and really like just for me it's like the team has really helped me out with musicality and everything. So it's a lot of things that I didn't know how to approach it, and the team gave me the structure of improving and everything.
Yeah, but again, you're already bringing in your tango experience beforehand.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from scratch.
I know, and like for like if I did salsa today, right? Like that's what I would do. I would say screw all like screw the group classes, go straight for the performance team, and just go that route.
But can you think of anybody in tango that came from a tango team that stuck around and started there?
I don't know. I mean, not at the top of my head because I think the teams were kind of. I don't think there were teams back then.
What? Yeah, Sandra Parisa, like Leon Miriam, Carlos Maite. I mean, they've had teams in the past. Jerry and Christine did teams.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they did. I mean, they did stick around. I mean.
Yeah, well, but some of those were already social dancers. Right?
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to say. Like, I mean, I don't. I think it's easier for me to look at to hear about people in, let's say, BA or Europe who started with the team and then became social dancers because, that's because when I talked with Carlos, that he's actually mentioned that it's easier to start in the performance side to get your technique down and perfect before becoming a social dancer. So and he'll actually say it's actually harder. It's harder to go the opposite direction because.
I think that's a different, different environment.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't really compare Buenos Aires to LA.
I get it.
Yeah,
so
his method over there, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know anyone who started with the team like straight off the bat. So, but if I were to do salsa today or bachata or whatever, I'd go straight for the team. That's because you get that camaraderie right away. You get like that shared goal. You get all, and you drill a lot of basics because like as much as like people think stage is about lifts and everything, it's a lot of basics in there. There's a lot of fundamentals in there, and yeah.
Do you think more women make friends in tango first than men?
Ooh, I'm gonna say something controversial.
What? Because I feel like men, we're in there like solo. We're in like Rambo. We're just like you start out, you're by yourself most of the time. It's just you on an island, and you got to get off that island by yourself.
Yeah, you know what? So, okay, ladies, this is just my perspective. This is my perspective from friends I have and everything. I'm gonna get burned at the cross for this regardless. So I'll just flat out say it. I think ladies make friends easily at tango, but at the same time, there's so much betrayal in friendships that it's hard, especially when there's comparisons of
getting dances.
Yeah, why is he like you and not me and everything, So it's like regardless of how friendly you are, when that kind of like bickering happens, it's like, are they, I would rather be a guy than a lady, not because of the gender ratio, but the fact that if you and I met, and we both like the same person, there's kind of like a bro code, and it's like it's okay, it's like, hey, first, whatever, right? And it's like, and generally, I'll look and go, oh, there's someone comparable or whatever, right? But when there's like a superstar dancer and people and like 5 different ladies they might all be friends, but gunning for the same person, it's rough.
Cutthroat.
It's really rough. And and that's the thing, like I don't, not saying that doesn't happen with guys too.
It's more rare,
but
for sure.
I do think that ladies are more competitive than guys. In that aspect, and I would hate to be in a situation where I'm not sure if you're my friend or my enemy.
Oh.
Because it's like, am I your friend and then you're backstabbing me? With most guys, it's very obvious. Like, okay, not cool, not cool, right? With ladies, even like, I don't know. I really don't know, Like today we might be cool. Tomorrow we might not. Like I don't know. So, again, this is just my experience. I just don't want to be. I would rather be
oblivious.
Well, not just oblivious. Like I would rather be in a situation where I could trust people around me and call them my friend, rather than call people my friend or associate or whatever.
Yeah.
And not be so sure, because like even when I got into the business of tango, where like I called some people like my friends. Like at the end of the day, it's like, so I have a motto, and the motto is everyone's your friend until you're a threat. And that's what I see play out a lot. And I think I see it play out a lot in the followers space because of the gender imbalance.
I see.
So that's why. So yeah, like ladies make friends easily, sure, but at the same time, when you're a threat, ooh, things get ugly.
That's a good point. But yeah, I think that friends it's really it's a tricky subject because I have some people that tell me like it's all an illusion, like tango is all like
It's so Machiavellian.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. Like everything in tango is just fake. Like it's an illusion. Like the connection, that's all just a temporary thing, and it's not real. And so it's really interesting to think about.
So is tango the ultimate dance for the polyamorous?
I mean, it could be. It could be. I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why partner dancing in polyamory is kind of like it's out there.
I don't know. I don't float that way.
Well,
Man.
it's out there. I guess that's our next video. Poly and tango.
No, because I've got zero things to say about it. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna Mike Pence this stuff, Like, nope.
I actually have plenty to say about him. I'm just kidding. Actually, I kind of do, but
you do, which is,
yes, I do.
and I'm always like, hey, bro, that's a red flag, man. That is a red flag. Are you okay with this?
Oh man.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
okay. Wait, hey, before we cut it off, what's your advice? What is your advice for making friends in tango? Because that's kind of the thing is, we want to make friends. We want to have lasting friendships because a lot of times, it's a place where we can get away, we can escape, and we can escape and meet people who are like-minded. So, what is your tip for people to make friends?
Oh man. Well, I think honestly in the tango scenario, I think the more dedicated you are, the more fixated you are on the dance, I think that's how you make friends. Because other people see your dedication, they see that you're really interested in, they see you're passionate for it, then they kind of like, oh, I want to go along with that, or help you out, or show you what I know.
Yeah.
And so I think that's probably the best way to approach it, right? Just to, really dive in.
But then again, like, how do you know that these people are diving in with you, or they're right on your coattails?
Does it really matter, distinction?
Sometimes it does, because sometimes like, do you want a friend or do you want like a user? Like there are some friends, like if you're okay with being someone else's resource, sure, right? But like I prefer to have mutual friends where like it comes back and forth. Like it is reciprocal.
Yeah.
And like I've made friends who are users, and like not just in tango, but in other places where it makes it very hard for me, especially the longer we go on, because then I start going, oh, but we have a history. I start making excuses for them, and like it's like, dude, I gotta start looking out for myself,
Yeah.
And so that's a difficult thing.
It's rough.
Yeah, you know what I think is good? Carpool buddies. Start with carpool, because it's like, it's if you're carpooling, it's so easy to just go, hey, want to grab a bite?
Okay, you're talking about connecting with people.
Yeah, well,
But I don't know if you're talking about making friends. I think those are two different things.
Okay. So, all right. Well, then let's start with connecting with people.
Yeah.
So, what would you do?
To connect with people? Well, I mean, obviously, the things that people already do, which is attend classes, go to practicas, like, ask questions, like be open to, take suggestions from anybody. I think just by doing that, you're going a long way. Volunteering like we did.
Yep. Yeah. And then, with making friends, you think of just the more passion you put into it. Like,
Yeah.
I think for me, I would put a little more detail into that. And I would say, know what you want to do with your tango. It can't be just about getting better. It's like getting better how, right? And I mean, getting better by competing, getting better by grinding something, but getting better.
People just want to be better social dancers. What's wrong with that?
Because I think it's like
They don't have to compete or they don't have to perform.
no. But I think like you should label yourself. Like, how do you want to get better? Because you want to find the people who want to get better the same way, so that you have that shared goal.
Oh, you mean like feel versus look?
Yeah, like feel versus look versus competition versus stage versus whatever. Do you want to be a marathon person? Do you want to be a festival person? Like, these are things that I'm talking about where it's like, I'm not saying you should sit. I don't want to be like the college counselor to be like, hey, what's your 5-year plan in tango?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, because your ideas are allowed to change, right? You can change your ideas and you can change your friends and whatnot.
True.
But what I'm saying is that, like, if you have a clear picture of how you, like, what you want and how you want to get better, then it makes it easier for you to find people who share that same goal in that same path. Because if it's just something like, oh, I want to get better, because everyone's going to say that. Who wants to be stagnant? Who wants to get worse? Everyone's going to say, oh yeah, I want to get better.
Yeah. And so when you ask that question, you go, who do you watch, right?
Yeah.
Who do you take lessons from?
Yeah.
Who should I take privates from?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean though. It's like, if you.
That's a part of it.
Okay, but I think a lot, like someone like myself, I didn't define that for myself for a long time. Like, I was like, I had a very lofty goal, like, I want to get better, and it was just like,
Yeah, you were taking private lessons.
Yeah, but I'm not just talking about, like, I didn't know. I was just like throwing a whole bunch of spit wads, and seeing what stuck. But what I mean is, it wasn't really until like I got into the competition route where it's like, okay, this is what I want to do. I was just very much like, oh, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, right? Like, you're supposed to go to school, you're supposed to like do these things, and like, and somehow something magically happens. But what I'm saying is that, if you define what your goals are, it makes it easier for you to find other people with similar goals, rather than just say, hey, we're all here to get better, because because everyone's going to say yes. That's what I mean.
And that's why I said being more fixated on something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so the more immersed you are, the more interested you are. So yeah, I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, let us know, how do you feel about friends in tango, and is it all just an illusion, or do you really have friends, or are they really acquaintances? Let us know, because it's actually a really interesting topic. We're lucky, obviously, to have pretty close friendships in tango, but most people don't, or maybe they do. I don't know. Let us know in the comments section. But thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Left Foot, Right Foot.
We appreciate your support, and make sure you click that subscribe button and that like button. It really helps with the algorithm, and also you receive all our latest updates. Thank you.